everyone, welcome back to Positive Rewire. I'm Carissa. Wow, today was a day. Lots of stuff happened today, so I've been putting off going to the mall. Finally went to the mall. And of course, the one day we go, it decides to snow like crazy, and it was kind of bad out, and yeah, so I was like, oh no, maybe we shouldn't go, but I really wanted to go. So we went. The roads were a little bad. Luckily, the mall's not too far away from my work. So I picked up my friend who just works a couple blocks away. Took it easy, got there fine. We parked underground so my car could defrost and everything, and then I can leave my coat in there. So that was good. We just went, got bubble tea. Finally got some bubble tea. I can't believe I still have boba left. Walked around a little bit, exchanged my shirt, got some bleach for my mom, and, ordered a new shirt. And then we got some food, and we ate in the car because I kind of wanted to eat at home. I wasn't really up with the idea of eating at the mall, and people are not social distancing. Like, there were stickers on the floor, and nobody was paying attention to them, and people were walking, like, right next to us, and it's just like, what do you do? Like, I know I'm at the mall, and it's a crappy, and, like, but there's still enough room for you to be 6 feet away from me and my friend. Like, this guy walked right past my friend, and, like, he came up super fast behind her, and she didn't know, so she, like, almost bumped into him, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, at one point, we ended up actually going to Best Buy first, and then all of a sudden, there's, like, 3 different people, like, in our 6 feet bubble, and I'm like, what? Why is everybody over here? I'm like, go away! I'm actually usually really careful about everything, and just, it was crazy. I'm like, what do you, like, luckily everybody's wearing masks and stuff, but, like, some people are still wearing it and putting it like this and not over their nose, and it's like, what? It's almost been a year, and people are still wearing it and not covering their nose. You can breathe, okay? Wear the damn mask. Like, everybody's like, oh, but the kids. Okay, again, I work with kids, and even during summer camp last year, that was like the core of pandemic, they'd be like, I don't want to wear it. I'm like, neither do we, but we have to, and there's a reason for it, and it's like, okay, done. Kids are not complaining as much as people are. Like, adults are. It's ridiculous. Like, my kids are great. They know that they need to keep their masks on unless they're eating. So if they're eating, nobody's allowed in their space. We have a 6x6 square with a table. So, like, there's tape on the floor to be like, this is their square. Don't go there, especially if they're eating. They're really good about it. And I don't understand why adults are babies and can't do this. Like, they've been doing this kind of thing over in Japan for years. And it's not for themselves. It's for other people. Like, the respect for other people just blows my mind about how bad it is. And it's just super frustrating. Like, I'm trying to stay away from all you people, and you're coming close to me. Go away. I mean, I'm not a huge people person to begin with, and this is not helping. End rant of masks. I had a new kid today, which was really nice. On the older end of my space of kids, age line of kids. Got along really well with everybody. One of my girls was very disappointed that it wasn't another girl, because I only have 2 girls on Tuesdays, and one is, like, working on school stuff all day. Like, I see her when she comes in. I see her sometimes when she goes to lunch, because she actually eats lunch earlier than the rest of us. And then I see her, like, a little bit at the end of the day, if I don't go check on her. And then when she leaves, and, like, that's it. But I'll go pop in, and I'll be like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Just in case. So my other girl has been going in with her because usually we keep it super, super quiet for her. So they have the nice, quiet, super, super quiet room. And the rest of the boys were getting along great. It was nice. I have a few new kids, I think, tomorrow and Thursday. So I always get a little anxious because you never know. But all my kids, as far as I know, have been really great about getting along with each other. I haven't had, like, any, knock on wood, big, like, fights or anything, and really, like, the fights that I've had have been, like, between kids that were already friends, and they would just annoy each other, and, yeah. What are you gonna do? So, So in addition to fun times today, I also got my cloak stuff today. So I'm wearing my cloak, but I got the Raglan shirt. This is the Life After Death Markiplier drop. So there's the pattern of that shirt. It's got stuff on the sleeves, which I love. I love when companies do the stuff on the print on the sleeves. I don't know why. So it's got some Korean on the sleeves, Life After Death. I have a hoodie that I got when I was 15, and it had print on the sleeves, and not too many, places had done it at the time, and so I really liked that, and now more and more places are doing that, and I'm like, yes, thank you. Actually, one of the hoodie, my Unis Honest hoodie, my Goddess Honest hoodie, has the stuff on the sleeves, and I love that. So this is the cloak. It's like it's heavy. It's like a hoodie. It's great. Like, the material's like hoodie. And then the pattern's the same. It's really pretty. I love it. I had been waiting for a cloak that I really liked before getting one. And so they released this one and the whole drop, and I loved it. There was a half zip with the skull motif on the front and printed sleeves, but it didn't have a hood. I don't like half zips. I had one for work. I didn't like it. If it was a hoodie, especially a zip up. I keep buying pullovers lately, and I really need to find some more zip ups. Because some days I just don't want a pullover. I want to be able to unzip and be free. Which this actually has a zipper, so that's really nice that I can unzip it a little bit if I want to. Which also makes me weird because I am so short that this thing goes past my knees. Yeah, my mom was like, that is huge. I'm like, no, it's because I'm short. So this will be really fun wearing. One of my coworkers really wants to see it. So I'll probably bring this to work and maybe post pictures. No, I'll probably post pictures. I tried to do one. My mom tried taking pictures, but she couldn't see. And she took one before I was even ready. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I can't see. Like, okay, but you can see me. You don't have to look at the phone. Just look at me. And I wasn't. So she took a picture where I was like, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, I wasn't even smiling. I'm like, you make me post for every other picture, and then when I want to take a picture, you don't, yeah. I was actually really worried about these two things because, there was, it's a weird texture on the back of the, decal there. I don't know why. Huh. Maybe it was drying or something? I don't know. It's not the soft hoodie feel that I'm feeling, but it's a little stiff, maybe a little sticky. So I wonder if they pressed it and then just immediately because I actually had to kind of peel it off. So I'm sure it'll go away when I wash it and such. But I totally forgot where I was talking. That's okay. Anyway, this thing is super huge. I love it. It's great. It's nice and warm. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to play this back, and I'm going to be super annoyed and be like, oh yeah, I wanted to keep talking about this, but oh well. Oh, I was talking about photos and my mom taking photos, yeah. I think that's actually it for all of today. Oh, no, so sorry guys. I was worried because the package for this and my shirt, the tracking said it shipped on the 22nd or something, so I was like, okay. And I kept checking and checking and checking, and nothing would UPS wouldn't update. I'm like, what is going on? It's probably almost here already, and it said Wednesday. So then I checked, and I knew it was going to go to, through the post office, because my last cloak stuff did too. And so I checked them, and they're like, oh, it's on its way. And then yesterday, it's like, hey, it's coming tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, sweet. So when I got it today, I found out why they probably hadn't updated the tracking. And actually, I'm going to make that my thumbnail anyway. The package, is shredded. The barcode is, just it looks like somebody just, ripped it. And I'm like, what? So I'm really glad that it didn't, the shirt was right there. So I'm glad that nothing happened to the shirt, nothing fell out. Yeah, I'm really... So today was a really good day. This morning I had checked the tracking, so I was like, yes, I'm getting my cloak stuff and going to the mall, getting all this stuff done. I'm so excited and happy, and so today's a great day. We actually get some counseling services through work. We get like 8 sessions and stuff. So I started that today. She said I have 8, but I don't think she was counting today. So I get to start that. I think it's going to help me a bit, especially with my anxiety and depression a bit. I have another issue that I really want to try working out, that I'm not going to go into detail on these videos. It's a personal thing. That's like probably the one thing that I won't talk about. Like, I am super okay with like my anxiety and depression, but this other issue is something I just don't want to talk about. If you are like super friends with me and stuff like that, like, I'm okay with that, but I don't want to put it out there. But I want to work through it because it's just not healthy. At least, yeah, it's not healthy. So I'm going to work on that, especially, hopefully, it's something that this person can work on with me. So I'm going to be doing a weekly for 4 weeks, and then every other week, and then, as we were talking today, she mentioned that I probably will need more than the 8, which I figured it's fine. But money's always an issue, and it's always been the issue. I actually found out last year that my antidepressants don't cost me anything, so I wish I had known that years ago, because then I would have been on them years ago. It's a regret. I have it. It sucks, and I'm living with it, but if you feel you need something like that, don't hesitate. Like, honestly, I think even if I did have to pay for it, I would, because it's just, the difference it makes is, like, amazing. Like, I can just sit down, like, and not do anything and be, like, okay with things. Obviously, it's not, like, a fix-all, but, like, in general, before, I would kind of be like, ugh, I don't like anything, or, you know, it just, I don't feel like existing sometimes, and it's not a good way to live, and I was, you know, sad about a lot of things, and now I don't have to, like, I do, and I don't worry about that stuff anymore, I should say, but, like, I don't feel like I have to worry about it as much anymore, and, like, the way my brain is now, it's actually producing happy stuff, so it's like, oh, I can just chill and enjoy life, like, enjoy it. So she, the counselor said, imagine, like, your worst day ever as your lowest low, and, like, the times you felt super best as, like, your best, and, like, measure it that way. So I picked 2 events that I think were my lowest and my highest. The lowest was probably, I would probably say my grandfather passing away was one of my lowest, just because I was super close to him. Obviously, any family death is really hard. One that really hit me hard, though, and at a good I hate to say, but at a good time, I shouldn't say it like that, but it really, the one that hit me the hardest was my grandmother passing away. And it was 2005? Yeah, 2005, and, she committed suicide. So, to me, it hit really hard, because at the time, you know, depression, anxiety, school, like, that age is so, like, impressionable and everything, and it hit, you know, I mean, I keep repeating it, but it did. It hit hard. And the after effects of it, I think, made me realize, like, I mean, I had thoughts, not super, like, I don't think I could have gone through with anything, but I had thoughts that I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And when my grandmother passed away, it really hit me how hard, and the consequences of that, the aftershock of all of that, hits everybody else. And I swore to myself that I would never make anybody feel like that, because it's devastating. And I'm even, sorry, I'm, like, tearing up a little bit. And I also don't understand why anybody, you know, would want to make anybody else feel like that. They say that, kids are, you know, committing suicide younger and younger, but I mean, I can relate to that because I mean, I had those kinds of thoughts when I was younger and I didn't really tell anybody, you know, and I should have, but it's really hard, especially I think when you're younger, to do that kind of thing. But I will say those two deaths are probably my hardest and lowest. And then my happiest is, well, I kind of have, I have a lot, but I think one of my happiest is meeting my favorite singer. So my favorite singer is Hyde. He's a Japanese artist. If you watch anime or anything like that, you would know him from Larkin Seal or Vamps, which was like a side band that he did, but he's working on solo stuff. And I've gotten to meet him a couple times, which is awesome. I got my picture taken with him and everything. I will talk about him more later because it's almost his birthday. So that'll be a video for another day. Sorry I got really serious, but, you know, I also think, you know, I told her that I was doing these kinds of things, like videos of making me happy, and, you know, I think it's important to talk about these things because if you don't talk about it, I mean, you're just kind of suffering, and it's not good. So, you gotta take the good with the bad, and stay positive because, you know, you can make it good, and there can be more good than bad, and, yeah. So, a lot of fun, good stuff today. Let's get back to being positive. Yeah, so I got cold stuff, I got bubble tea, I got Kodo, which is hibachi. It's delicious. Sorry, I still have boba left. I like boba. It's a little squishy today. I usually like it when it's a little chewy, but it's okay. What else to do? Oh, and I went with a friend who I haven't hung out with in a while, so I hadn't been to the mall. And we're bubble tea for like over a year, so that's why I got the big one. Oh, my other super happy is getting a puppy. Yeah, so he's gonna be 3 this year. That'll be a later video. I'm sorry, you have to wait to see my dog. He's cute. I've had 2 dogs in my life, well, that were mine. I actually grew up with a Great Dane, so I love big dogs. The house I'm in right now does not support big dogs. It's a ranch-style house, so it's very narrow. So the dog I have now, so I have a Corgi. He's a Pembroke Welsh Corgi. So he's a good size for now, or for this house and stuff. And my mom has a Yorkshire Terrier. She's smaller. Perfect size for the house. I do like tiny dogs as well. I would love a tiny dog, but I'm scared of having a tiny dog. My grandmother has small dogs, and I would love to have a tiny dog, but Grim is my current dog, and he can be a bit rough, so I'm a little afraid. I'd love to get him a brother or a sister, probably more so brother. Again, the money thing, eventually. I'll talk more about Grim and such on his birthday. And actually, one of the things I'll talk about for him will come up soon just because I have great news about that kind of thing. So you'll have to wait on that story, sorry. That's another long story. I'm sorry this video is going so long. It's kind of nice to just get stuff out, especially where I can just spew it, I guess. And I just kind of let my mind go. Yeah. So, after all of that, I hope everybody's having a good day. Have a good week. Stay positive, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.